What's going on, champs and champettes? It's Monkey here, and as you can see, we're around this little crater that is over by Ruined Rills. And if you're someone who's been playing the Fortnite update and doing your Mosaic questline, which you can see right here I've completely done, I've gotten the whole entire little loading screen completed and everything else, you may have noticed that when you're actually going around and collecting different Mosaic tiles, when you're over in this area and around that little island right there, it says to collect Mosaic tiles around the hand. And the reason why is because if you haven't been paying attention to Fortnite leaks at all, a giant Titan hand with a Pandora's box or chest is set to come out of this ground in around an hour from now when I'm starting this recording, but of course for you guys it'll be like, what, a minute? And I wanted to go ahead and do a little video where I watched it actually come out of the ground. So before it actually releases, I thought I would go ahead and give you guys some extra information about how this whole entire Titan hand's going to work and how it's going to be kind of like a live interactive event for us to actually enjoy on the island. So firstly, when the Titan hand comes out of the ground, it will have a lot of chains actually around it, and it will have chains connecting the hand to this actual Pandora's box or chest, whatever you want to call it. The first 4 chains that are actually connected to the chest itself will have around 50 million HP each, and then the main chain connecting from the chest to the actual hand, which will be the last chain you actually have to break, will have a total of 500 trillion HP. And across everyone playing Battle Royale, you will have to actually deal damage to those chains and matches in order to progress it and in order to actually drop Pandora's box onto the ground to kind of hype up the next part of the Fortnite chapter, Chapter 5 Season 2. And let's say it takes a while, right? Let's say you're sitting there and you're going ahead and trying to break it or whatever else, but there's just not enough people playing Battle Royale actively going for the chains. Well, Epic Games has actually prepared for this, and they have different values they can hotfix. So they can actually modify the health value of the chains themselves, and they can go ahead and make it so you have damage multiplier. So instead of doing 1 times damage to the actual chains, they can make it so you do 10 times damage, 100 times damage, or even 1,000 times damage. So I know some people have been speculating, what if we just don't break the chains? Epic is fully aware of what you might be wanting to plan, and they have their own workarounds for it, so that regardless of what we end up doing, regardless of how many people actually try breaking those chains, they will still actually get broken by the end of this actual season. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here, and I'll see you guys in a moment when we're closer to the actual hand releasing from the ground. Now, I'm going to be honest here, I don't know how to properly segue this video from the previous clip because it's been like 40 to 50 minutes, but what's going on, guys? We're going into another match, and we are currently around 4 to 3 minutes away from what should be the Titan hand spawning in the game, so this is going to be a fun little journey. Now, we also have W1Q right here, who can be heard if he speaks if he wants to. Of course, I'm not going to make him, but this is something that we've been kind of interested in because, I mean, the Titan hand is the big hype-up part for Chapter 5 Season 2, and when it originally got leaked, a lot of people were speculating based on the files that it was just going to be hotfixed in, right? It wasn't going to be something that happens live, but when it got decrypted and we found out there was an actual animation, that's when it gets a little bit more hype, because it's an actual live event where you can see something happening in the game, unlike the cube events before and stuff where sometimes it would only rotate once, and if it rotated twice during a single match, you literally wouldn't see it unless you left the game and went into a new lobby. So of course, with that rambling, with that yapping out of the way or whatever else, it's time for us to go in the match and see if this actually happens or if we're getting baited by Twitter and the game files, right? Because originally the game files also mentioned stuff such as, oh, hey guys, you're going to have different cracks forming every 9 actual, like, earthquakes or whatever else. But it appears that those 5 cracks that are supposed to form ended up just being there by default anyways. So, a little bit of some misled information by Epic Games, whether they were intentionally doing it or just kind of trolling us, we don't really know. But, we're getting close to the match, we're getting close to the actual moment where we should be able to watch this Titan hand fully spawn in, so I'll cut it a little bit to when we're closer to that time. Alright, here we are with 30 seconds left until the Titan hand should actually spawn in, unless the game wants to completely bait me here and bait out every other leaker and it ends up not happening. Now, we haven't even heard, like, the warning VFX from the bus or anything, which is a little odd, but of course, a lot of stuff kind of seemed in the early phases, so hopefully everything goes to plan here, and we can actually watch this Titan hand spawn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see, is it actually going to spawn in? We got the earthquake going. When is it going to spawn in? The quest literally says the hand. Okay, well, I hope you champs and champettes enjoyed this little bit of a fail. We are going to go ahead and wait another hour and see if it actually spawns in then. Jesus. Alright, what's going on, champs and champettes? It's been another hour, and I don't think it's going to happen at this time, but I'm still going to record it just in case it does happen. However, I want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up regarding how this will actually work so that we can see the whole entire thing go down. So an hour before the hand is supposed to actually happen in game, we should have an actual VFX that can be seen from the bus whenever you launch a match, and it appears that if it's going to go based on when the hand actually spawned in originally, this will be at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and the launch we're going to do right here is at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So we most likely will start seeing a lot of the build up for the event, a lot of the build up for the actual hand spawning, but we might not see the hand actually spawn. But just in case, I thought I would go ahead and record it, so I'll see you guys once we're over there at the hand. Alright, there's 5 seconds left until the 1 p.m. earthquake, so let's see if we actually get anything special this time around, or if it's just, your typical earthquake and we start getting the hype up for the next hour. Yep, it just kind of looks like your normal earthquake right there. It doesn't look like anything too crazy was going on. I don't even really hear any fancy audio or anything else, so I am going to back out real quick and see if when we go in a new match, if we get any, 1 hour teaser hype up thing for the actual Titan hand spawning, or if it's just completely normal. Alright, and here we are, about to launch in the battle bus 1 hour before the hand should actually be spawning, based on everyone's best guesses, and let's see if there's anything special. Maybe not. Maybe we just gotta wait another hour, because I'm not really seeing anything on the bus. But, yeah. This is something that's kind of happening right now. It's literally just a guessing game when it comes to this whole entire Titan hand spawning thing. Because in the files, it was supposed to be 11 a.m. It was supposed to have already happened 2 hours ago, and I haven't slept beforehand. I've been up for over 24 hours at this point. But, we're going through, we're grinding, and we're going to wait another hour to see if anything actually happens. So until next time, I'll see you champs and champettes in a very short moment. Alright, what's going on, champs and champettes? It has been a few hours, of course. You just saw the moment 13 minutes ago where we tried waiting to 1 p.m. and everything, but over on Twitter, one of the Epic employees said the following of, "I'm no expert, but that crater is awfully small. I think it would need to get bigger before anything interesting happens." And based on that, I'm assuming it's not going to happen today, despite the files themselves saying it would, so I mean, shrug. I guess that's where the video ends, it was a flop, or it was a failure, or whatever else, but I'm going to be completely honest here. I think that if we don't have a time frame for when this Titan hand's going to spawn, I'm not really going to care about it spawning. Maybe I'm a little controversial by saying that, but I do think that having fake data and stuff in the files, mentioning certain time frames and stuff, and then making it so it's just oh yeah, actually, we baited you guys. I just think that makes me not really care about the hand spawning. I mean, it's going to be cool when it does spawn, trying to break the chains and everything, but at least as of right now, I'm not going to actively look in game every few hours to watch the cracks and stuff happen until someone on Twitter is like, "Hey, there was some bus VFX going on," or whatever else. When that happens, then I'll hop back in game, but of course, until next time, hope you champs and champettes enjoyed this.
I hate this game.